There's a reason why you can find a 24-70 lens in every photographer's bag: extreme versatility. And this year, Nikon has released the newest version of their classic lens, the NIKKOR Z 24-70 f2.8 S2. So there's a lot of upgrades that come in this new lens, so we're gonna go see if it's worth the hype. First, we're gonna start out with a portrait shoot in our beautiful studio here. Now, this focal range is basically tailor-made for portrait and wedding photographers, where you're getting wider family group shots, you can get tighter shots of a couple, and you can also get individual headshots. And with that standard f2.8 aperture, you're getting the lovely bokeh that you're after. And speaking of bokeh, Nikon has updated their optical formula here to give you a more natural transition between focal regions and a more rounded bokeh that we tested here. And as you can see here, shooting at the widest end at 24 millimeters gives you a beautiful environmental portrait with just enough information in the background to kind of give you context of what's going on, but it's beautifully soft, which draws your eye into the subject. But if you go up to the 70 millimeter tele end, you can get even more bokeh backgrounds and separation from your subject to draw the eye in even more. And I should also mention that the minimum focus distance has been shortened on this model as well, down to 23 centimeters at the wide end and 33 at the tele end. All right, so that wraps up our portrait shoot. Let's go check out the video features. And I'm probably gonna sound like a broken record at this point, but the 24-70 really is such a key lens to have in your kit, whether you're shooting photo or video, because it's really great for those wide, medium, or even close-up shots if you need them. But the major headline for this new lens: internal zoom. This is a huge pro pretty much across the board for all genres of both photo and video. This means a more comfortable and ergonomic design. It's 16% lighter than its predecessor, and also it reduced the shift in the center of gravity by 30%, making it easier to balance on a gimbal. And another major upgrade is the new Silky Swift VCM autofocus, which is now being debuted in a zoom lens. So here's the quick facts about the autofocusing. The focus is now 5 times faster, scan times are reduced by 40%, focus tracking while zooming is improved by 60%, and a perceived sound reduction of 50%. Wow! Also, throughout our video shoot, we did notice a pretty significant improvement in the focus breathing from the previous model. All right, so that just about wraps up our video shoot. Now it's time to head outside finally for some street photography. All right, so we're here doing some street photography, and I have been loving the 24-70 for an all-in-one lens when I'm out and about shooting. New York City is a fast-paced city. You're gonna need a fast-paced lens that can keep up. And like I mentioned earlier, this new model is 16% lighter, so all of those ounces count when you're either doing street photography, you only want to bring one lens with you, or maybe you're traveling, and again, you just want one lens to take with you versus a bunch of primes. This one is going to cover all the focal distances that you need. So some updates to the lens body itself. The new S2 version of the 24-70 has 2 customizable buttons on the lens barrel versus only 1 in its predecessor. They're located on both the portrait and the landscape orientation of the lens. And these buttons you can customize to so many different things, but I usually have it set to autofocus lock. I usually prefer that when I'm out and about shooting, but you can also change it to switch from crop to full frame. You can have it set to camera raw versus JPEG, silent mode, basically anything that you could imagine you can set this to. So both 24-70 models have a control ring, but the new update with the S2 is it has a configurable click switch, so you can have it clicked or declicked, and you can customize the control ring to be set to things like exposure settings, your ISO, your aperture, shutter speed, anything that you really need quick access to. And I also need to highlight the new focus tracking system. Again, it's great for video, but it is also super vital for street photography. Street photography is a perfect storm with fleeting moments and fast-moving subjects, so you're gonna need an autofocusing system that will keep up. All right, so we just wrapped up our shoot with the new Nikon 24-70 S2 lens, and you guys already know 24-70, it's a key lens. Everyone needs to have one in their bag, but I am curious, do you think that the new model is worth the hype? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Sam with B&H, and I'll see you next time.